about what went wrong. Also, police are hunting for a masked suspect accused of targeting people on the streets. And a summer boom for local farmers market, why high grocery store prices and recent food recalls are pushing more families to buy local. This and more ahead on Heartland News Now.
Your first alert station, KFVS 12. Heartland News starts now.
Good afternoon. Another sunny, less humid day in the Heartland. A really nice day to get outside, but looks like changes are ahead. Madeline Parker has your first alert at 4.
Brianna, that's right. We are keeping an eye out for our SPC outlook because we have multiple rounds of storms heading into the region. Now we do see a marginal risk for today, but mainly these storms are going to be coming in very late tonight into early tomorrow morning with a chance for some gusty winds as those decaying line of storms moves into the region. So still have multiple ways of getting alerts just in case those storms turn strong to severe. And then we're seeing another round late Wednesday into Thursday. That's going to be bringing in another chance for some strong gusty winds, and an isolated tornado can't be ruled out. We'll break down all the threats for storms and the full forecast coming up. But first, we're going to be seeing things getting a little bit cooler over the next couple of days as that front pushes through. Mid 80s by Wednesday and Thursday, upper 80s by Friday and Saturday. But our humidity is going to be a little bit lower, so it's not going to feel as hot as it has been. And then we're going to be seeing our temperatures drop once again, getting into the low 80s by Sunday. For this evening, we're looking at nice clear skies, temperatures in the low 80s around 7 p.m. I'll have a full look at the forecast coming up.
Madeline, thank you. The city of Cape Girardeau's primary fire station is empty today after crews were told to evacuate the building yesterday evening. Blake Showalter spoke with city leaders and is live in the studio with the latest.
Brianna, according to this statement right here, city leaders from the fire station have been temporarily closed, to make AC repairs and to conduct mold tests. In this statement right here, City Manager Dr. Kenneth Haskin, he says the city set aside $1.5 million months ago to renovate Station 1, adding that maintenance issues have worried the city for years. He says the city tested for mold back in 2024, and that test found an insignificant amount, but Haskin says they're testing again while they restore the building. I spoke with local 1084 President Andrew Juden, who says the fire union has raised safety concerns about the station for years. He says relocating firefighters brings another risk, slower response times that may endanger the city.
Now your ladder company, who's in charge of rescuing civilians from upper floors of the building and searching buildings to rescue those people, is placed all the way up on the north end of town on Lexington. So it's at a very extended amount of time, response time to the south end of the city, which is where about 60 to 70% of the fires in the city occur.
Dr. Haskin tells me they will have a clearer picture on the timeline of the closure after initial assessments are done this afternoon. Live in the studio, Blake Showalter, Heartland News.
Thank you, Blake. Also in Missouri, PETA is offering a $5,000 reward for information in an animal cruelty case. Police in O'Fallon say a suspect dumped 4 guinea pigs inside exercise plastic balls along a highway. It was more than 95 degrees outside when they were found. Sadly, 3 of the animals died. The surviving guinea pig is receiving veterinary treatment. O'Fallon Animal Control is handling the investigation. Meanwhile, the family of a missing New York woman is desperate for answers after their loved one vanished during a trip to Las Vegas. 63-year-old Elisa Goods disappeared 10 days ago after leaving a longtime friend's apartment to catch a bus to a nearby CVS off the Las Vegas Strip. The family has since received mysterious text messages from her phone asking for help, gas money, cash, and Bitcoin.
My aunt does not drive. There is no car. If they have her phone, there's a possibility that they have her. I want to know that she's okay and that she is alive.
She is still out there and we're looking for her. We want her home.
Goods' family has already checked in with local Vegas hospitals, jails, and even the coroner's office with no luck. Las Vegas police are asking anyone with information to contact them. Meanwhile, police are asking for the public's help to identify a man after a series of bizarre and unsettling encounters in Center City. Investigators have released a surveillance image of the suspect, who they say has been approaching people on the street while wearing a mask. One of those witnesses is speaking out, describing the moment she spotted him near a local convenience store.
I was definitely scared. I was supposed to meet my friend at the 7-Eleven by 12th and Chestnut. And as I'm walking towards the store, I see this guy in a mask. He starts asking, "You guys want to race me? I bet I'm faster than you. Please, want to race me?" He asked a few times, but none of us acknowledged him. It's very weird. He ended up walking towards Broad on Chestnut. We went the other way.
It's not clear if the encounters were part of a social media trend. Police say the suspect is facing charges of terroristic threats, simple assault, and other offenses.
So you kicked him in the center of his chest. You like, you know, just like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Coming up in our second half hour, how one target fought back against that masked man. Hear her story ahead on Heartland News Now. Meanwhile, President Trump says there are currently no ongoing talks or scheduled talks with Iran. Trump says on social media the naval blockade remains in full force and effect. He also says the Strait of Hormuz is open and all water mines have been removed, and 18 American troops have died and more than 600 have been hurt since the U.S. launched the war in February. Voters have been heading to the polls today for statewide primaries in Florida, Alaska, and Wyoming. That's along with a special congressional election in California. Natalie Brand has the latest.
It's Florida's first primary since the state redrew congressional districts aimed at giving Republicans an edge.
I think that the gerrymandering is all across the country. It shouldn't be even allowed to happen.
The new maps mean two Democratic incumbents, Jared Moskowitz and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, are running in new districts that could highlight party divisions facing challenges from progressive rivals.
I think people want change, and we're seeing a lot, either people go further right or further left.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who led the redistricting push, is term limited this year, setting the stage for a heated race to replace him. Congressman Byron Donalds, a Trump ally, leads a crowded field vying to become the GOP nominee.
How we doing, everybody?
On the Democratic side, former Republican and outspoken Trump critic David Jolly is considered the frontrunner.
While some Florida voters say the election is a referendum on the president, others say they're voting with their pocketbook in mind.
Things are not going well right now with the economy, so we have to do what we have to do if we don't like what we're seeing.
Floridians are also voting in a special election to fill the final 2 years of the Senate seat vacated by Secretary of State Marco Rubio. And in Alaska's Senate battle, Democrat Mary Peltola is hoping to earn the nomination to challenge incumbent Republican Dan Sullivan in a race that could help determine the balance of power in Washington. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And we are tracking some more rain moving into the region. We're going to be seeing some storms overnight tonight into Wednesday morning, and then more of those thunderstorms continuing throughout the afternoon hours before we see another round of potential strong to severe storms late Wednesday into early Thursday. And then we'll be seeing drier conditions as we head into the weekend. I'll have a full look at the forecast coming up.
Your first alert station, KFVS 12. You're watching Heartland News.
Sinking AI stocks pulled Wall Street further from its all-time high today. Nvidia, Micron Technology, and Broadcom were some of the heaviest weights on the market. All amid criticism their prices shot too high in the frenzy around AI. In today's health headline, streaming music through your phone while driving is linked to distracted driving and traffic deaths. Research also shows traffic deaths increase in the days around the release of a major music album. And more than half of new moms who need help with breastfeeding would first go to AI or social media for advice. A health survey also found 1 in 3 moms have gotten wrong breastfeeding advice from AI, including how much to feed their babies and how often. Experts say it's important to reach out to doctors for advice because every baby is different. Well, from TikTok videos to AI chatbots, more Americans are going online for answers about their health. A new study finds more than 1 in 5 social media users say they've made a health decision based on something they saw online. Ivan Rodriguez has more with the pitfalls of using social media and AI for health decisions.
Whenever a new symptom pops up, an answer can be just a scroll away. A new study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association indicates online information may be shaping real-world health decisions. Nearly 88% of U.S. adults surveyed reported using social media. Among those users, almost 85% said they shared general or personal health information. But the most notable finding,
I think the biggest surprise that we found, that 1 in 5 people are actually making their health-related decisions based on what they saw on social media.
especially because nearly 78% of social media users said they believed health information on social media was false or misleading. Rohan Kira, a senior author of the study, says one problem is that online content can look convincing without being accurate.
It is so much easier as generative AI like chatbots have become around. You can make graphics, you can make images about anything, and that might be completely fake information. And then I think the other problem is there are people online whose entire revenue stream is number of clicks they have.
AI chatbots can also be useful helping people understand medical terms or prepare questions for their doctor. But Kira warns the answer you get can depend on how you ask the question, and a chatbot may miss warning signs that a medical professional would recognize.
It will not keep helping you navigate to the highest risk conditions first, because it's not a triage tool. It's a personal assistant meant to have a conversation with you.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Looking at a pretty nice afternoon, looking at the west side of Cape Girardeau, lots of blue skies and a couple of clouds, and looking at clear skies as we head into this evening with temperatures getting into the upper 70s around 8 p.m. But we are tracking chances for storms. I'll have details coming up.
First Alert Weather with Madeline Parker is sponsored by St. Francis Healthcare System.
Taking a look First Alert Doppler Network, we are looking at pretty dry conditions here in the heartland, but we are keeping an eye out for a complex of storms just to the northwest, and we're going to be keeping an eye on that over the next few hours, but mostly looking at dry conditions for this evening. Taking a look at Futurecast, it has that complex of storms dying off as it gets closer into our region, leading to a few light showers over in Reynolds County, but overall looking at dry conditions for this evening with mostly clear skies. By the time we get to Wednesday morning, things are going to be changing a little bit, though. We are seeing this complex of storms that is also dying as it makes its way into our area, but it could still produce some strong gusty winds as that initial complex moves through. So we could see some heavy pockets of rainfall, some gusty winds, some hail potentially, and we're going to be seeing that continuing to move throughout the morning hours and into the afternoon. Now, this model is putting some showers behind that initial complex, so we could be seeing some light rain going throughout your afternoon as well and into the evening hours. Now, by tomorrow evening, we are seeing a few pockets of heavy rain as some storms begin to develop going into the overnight hours. We can see a few storms that are getting strong to severe across our southernmost counties, and we'll be seeing that continuing with that heavy rain going into Thursday morning before things look a bit drier going into the afternoon hours. So looking at more sunshine by Thursday afternoon. It's also going to be a lot cooler as we head to the afternoon as well. We can see looking at that sunshine and mostly dry conditions. For tomorrow, here's what you can expect. Temperatures are going to be starting off in those upper 60s across the region, and then we're also keeping an eye on that dying complex of storms. It's going to be moving into this area first and then moving across the region throughout the morning and into the afternoon hours. Tomorrow afternoon, temperatures going to be a little bit warm over in Murray, Union City, Paducah, Poplar Bluff, Cape Girardeau in those mid to upper 80s. We're looking at low 80s across Fredericktown, Marion, and in the Mount Vernon area. So slightly cooler, but still watching out for the chance for storms. We want to have those umbrellas on hand as you're heading out tomorrow. So again, rain gear needed tomorrow. Rain gear probably going to be needed for some of us on Thursday morning. But the most important thing is to make sure that you have your phones charged with multiple ways of getting alerts, because on Thursday there is some chances for some strong to severe storms. Some of them could be producing strong gusty winds, and an isolated tornado can't be ruled out, especially for our southernmost counties near the southern parts of the Boot Heel and northwestern Tennessee. That's going to be the area we're mostly focusing on. As we get into the weekend, we're going to see things drying out, getting into those upper 80s on Friday and Saturday. cooling down a bit as we head into Sunday and Monday, looking at those low 80s Sunday and Monday afternoon. As we get into Tuesday of next week, our temperatures begin to increase a little bit, getting back into those upper 80s. But the good news is after Thursday, we're going to see our humidity going down a little bit as well. So if it's going to be a little bit warm, at least our humidity isn't going to be unbearable.
Rock climbing walls can be challenging, especially for children who are missing arms or legs or have other physical limitations. Stephanie Stahl has more on a camp empowering kids to reach new heights.
13-year-old Chanel Hollingsworth can't walk on her own, but here she's able to get out of her wheelchair and climb this wall.
Oh, it's really fun.
She's part of Camp Rock, hosted by Children's Hospital of Philadelphia for children with limb differences.
It's a nice place where people with differences can come rock climb and know that we are all the same.
This is where differences aren't just accepted, they're celebrated.
Call it a lucky fin.
11-year-old Nate Brandt has a nickname for the small hand he was born with.
How do you climb with your hand?
I bend it and just put it inside the rock.
Is it hard for you?
Not really. I mean it hurts, but I grab the things, the rocks,
right?
Obviously, but no, it's not hard.
The camp is designed for kids who have issues with their hands, arms, or legs.
A difference in either function, appearance, or a combination.
Occupational therapist Megan Pankey says the camp is helpful for the kids physically and mentally, building self-esteem.
Challenging them to participate in this camp and push them to set individual goals and then exceed those goals can really give these kids a boost of confidence and teach them and show them that they really can do anything that they want to set out to do.
9-year-old Ava Zawizlak had her leg amputated because of bone cancer.
I was really scared on the first day, but now I'm so happy that I made it to the top and stuff.
All about empowering differences with these campers reaching new heights. Stephanie Stahl, CBS News, Philadelphia.
And we are looking at some chances for storms moving in late tonight into early Wednesday, and then another round late Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So make sure you have multiple ways of getting alerts before these storms move in. We are looking at a chance for some gusty winds both days, with a more significant threat on Thursday as we look at a slight risk across almost the entire heartland. After those storms move out, we'll be seeing temperatures getting a little bit warmer on Friday and Saturday in those upper 80s, but our humidity is going to be a little bit lower, so we're going to be seeing it feel a little bit cooler, at least a little drier, before we look at low 80s on Sunday and Monday, back into the upper 80s heading into Tuesday.
For your free quote on a Kohler generator.
Stellantis is recalling 2026 and 2027 Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram models. The problem is a software glitch that could disrupt the rear view camera display. Owners will get a firmware update to fix the issue. Well, local farmers markets are busy this summer, and it's not just because of the warm weather. More families are skipping the grocery store due to high prices and recent food recalls. Christy Davis with the Arizona Urban Agriculture Foundation says people have been leaning toward buying local since the pandemic, but she says a recent parasite outbreak was the final straw for many families, sparking a summer boom for local growers and farm box deliveries. Davis says when you buy from local farms, the quality of the food speaks for itself.
The shelf life of the vegetables when you get them home, and it just is amazing. And that's why we sell to the food banks, because our produce is going to last for them to get it out to the people in need. Buying local and keeping that money within the community, learning to eat seasonally is so important.
Davis says because those crops go straight from the field to your plate. She also says produce bought at the farmer's market will last in your refrigerator a lot longer than what you buy at the grocery store.
KFVS.com.
Your first alert station, KFVS 12. You're watching Heartland News.
More now on the search for a masked man terrorizing people in Philadelphia. Police say the suspect, who wears a Halloween mask, implied he had a weapon during some of the encounters. Leland Pinder reports on one target who fought back.
This woman refused to become a victim. When a masked stranger approached her in Center City last Wednesday morning, she squared up and kicked him in the chest. So you kicked him in the center of his chest. You just like that.
Yeah.
Wow. It happened about 5:15 a.m. near 15th and Broad. Jamaica W. believes the person who targeted her is the same suspect police say was caught on camera chasing a woman outside City Hall minutes earlier. Before her own encounter, Jamaica says she spotted the masked suspect approaching a runner who was wearing headphones.
So I started to wave at her across from the intersection and say, hey, there's someone behind you.
She then witnessed him try to force his way into the coffee shop before turning his attention towards her.
So I figured that if anything was going to happen, I wanted to see it with my own 2 eyes.
She turned around, screamed and yelled and put her hands up to fight. But something seemed off about the scary stranger.
He just seemed so disoriented about what his goals actually were. Like, I had bags, he wasn't reaching for those. It didn't seem like he had a clear goal to actually get in La Colombe to do anything. So I was like, okay, well, let's see if you can fight, and he couldn't.
Police say the suspect accosted several people in a 15-minute span. Investigators say he said this to the runner.
He's holding his cell phone up in front of her, at which time he asks her, are you ready to die?
He ultimately fled into Suburban Station. Until he's caught, Jamaica has a message for early Center City risers, especially women.
Make sure that you're not playing music in your headphones. Keep your keys in between your fingers. Just do everything that you can to feel safe.
Police say the suspect could face several charges, including terroristic threats and simple assault. Meanwhile, President Trump says the U.S. has no planned talks with Iran, but he insists the Strait of Hormuz remains open. He also says all water mines have been removed, and Iran, though, says the waterway will not reopen until the U.S. meets its conditions. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is proposing a constitutional amendment to outline gerrymandering and establish congressional term limits. During that same announcement today, Beshear also took a moment to address Senator Mitch McConnell's recent health and political responses.
I hope that Senator McConnell gets better. I've known him most of my life. I wish him nothing but better health. But his response to all this is absolutely unacceptable, and it shows how this Republican-run Senate is just broken. It is a total lack of accountability, the belief that he has no boss and answers to no one. His boss are the people of Kentucky that elect him.
In an interview with CNN Today, Beshear suggested naming term limit bill after McConnell, pointing to the senator's prolonged absence as he recovers from his recent hospitalization. Avoiding a direct hit but still turning into a deadly event. Hurricane Lala passed Hawaii over the weekend, and tens of thousands are still without power, and some roads and transportation routes are ruined from hurricane-force winds, rain, and landslides. As Michael Yoshida reports, cleanup is just beginning.
The police did discover the lost soul, the 90-year-old woman that perished in the flood.
At least one person is dead on Hawaii's Big Island after Hurricane Lala brought dangerous flooding and mud flows to parts of the state. Officials say about 240 National Guard members have been activated, some going door to door to check on residents.
They have specific, exquisite skills in search and extraction and also fatality search and recovery should that become necessary.
The governor says more than 100 homes were damaged or destroyed by flash flooding and mud flows. Destruction that wasn't limited to the Big Island.
He came right to my house, right over the door. And again, the water in the house is this high.
Lala has weakened to a tropical storm and is moving west over the open Pacific. But the impacts are far from over. County buildings, state buildings, and schools on the Big Island are closed through at least Tuesday. Some schools were damaged, and early Tuesday, tens of thousands of customers remained without power.
Big Island was hit the hardest, and they're going to have more work to get to restoring power and water.
Some bridges and roads are also inaccessible as debris cleanup begins. One resident described floodwaters from a stream breaching a rock wall and surging onto the highway, causing it to buckle.
Seeing how the road got washed away is just catastrophic.
Officials say recovery could take days in some of the hardest hit areas. I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
A North St. Louis home damaged in last May's tornado was almost knocked down today by a wrecking crew at the wrong address. Before the job was halted, the crew tore up the homeowner's yard, and she says the demolition company initially told her there wasn't much she could do. A state representative eventually stepped in to call off the work, but homeowner Terry Owens says she still wants answers.
From this point on, they should at least make sure that they have the right property. So yes, in a sense, whoever approved that is responsible.
Officials with Z&I Wrecking say it was a complete oversight and they will repair and replace what was damaged.
Taking a look at the next couple of days, we are tracking some chances for storms before our temperatures increase going into Friday with drier conditions. I'll have all the details in the full forecast coming up.
Alert Weather with Madeline Parker is sponsored by St. Francis Healthcare System.
Taking a look at First Alert Doppler Network, we do see a little complex of showers over to the north and west of the region, but staying pretty dry in our neck of the woods, so not worried about rain, at least for this evening. We're going to go keep an eye on those little showers moving into Reynolds County later on this evening. As we take a look at the rest of the heartland, though, staying pretty dry for a majority of the evening. We're looking at mostly clear skies across the heartland, and those are going to continue into your overnight hours until around 5 o'clock in the morning. So we've been talking about a marginal risk for severe weather. This is the complex of storms that is bringing in that marginal risk. So those storms are moving in, bringing in a chance for some strong gusty winds and some heavy rainfall. You can see by around 7:30 in the morning, it's in parts of southern Illinois and southeast Missouri, bringing in heavy rain and gusty winds. We'll see that moving through pretty quickly by the lunch hour. All that activity is going to be out of our region, but we are still seeing some lingering showers behind that initial line. So have the umbrellas on hand throughout the day and into the evening hours. We're going to be keeping an eye on a boundary, how it sets up as we head into the evening tomorrow, because that boundary is going to be determining some chances for some severe weather as well. So looking at mainly a chance for strong gusty winds, hail, isolated tornadoes can't be ruled out as we head into tomorrow overnight. So around 2:30 in the morning, it looks like the biggest risk for tornadoes is going to be to our south and just to the south of the heartland. So that's what we're going to be looking out for, while the rest of the region looking mostly dry to a few isolated showers. As we get into around 7 a.m. on Thursday, seeing a few showers before we get drier going into the afternoon and into your evening hours as well. So for tomorrow, we're starting off with temperatures in the upper 60s, still with chances for some isolated, or those chances for thunderstorms moving in with a chance for a few isolated gusty winds. By the time we get to the afternoon, we are looking at temperatures in the upper 80s across Murray, Union City, Poplar Bluff, Paducah, and in Cape Girardeau, looking at low 80s across Union City, or Fredericktown, Marion, and in Mount Vernon. So let's break down that 7-day forecast. We are looking at chances for those thunderstorms Wednesday and Thursday with marginal to slight risks going into Wednesday and Thursday. So make sure you have multiple ways of getting alerts before those storms roll in over Wednesday and Thursday. By Friday, we are looking much drier. We're also looking mostly dry Thursday throughout the day after those storms roll out in the morning. And we'll be seeing drier conditions in the afternoon, drier conditions on Friday and Saturday as well, with our temperatures increasing into the upper 80s. The good news is we are looking at lower humidity for Friday and Saturday before we see our temperatures dip down into the low 80s by Sunday and Monday, still with lower humidity. And then temperatures will be increasing as we head into Tuesday of next week. We are looking at temperatures back in the upper 80s, but still looking mostly dry after Thursday, where we see about 20% chance of rain or less Friday through Tuesday.
Amid controversy over the use of Flock automated license plate reader cameras, the Jefferson City, Missouri City Council just renewed its agreement with the company. Mitchell Kaminsky reports on the discussion that came before Monday's votes.
Aye. Allers.
Aye.
Motion passes.
The Jefferson City Council voted overwhelmingly in favor of renewing an agreement with Flock, with Ward 2 Councilman Cody Holt as the lone dissenting vote. Holt wanted the council to have a broader discussion about how the technology is being used, saying while he trusts Jefferson City Police to use the cameras responsibly, he worries about the potential impact on public privacy.
I think potential invasion of public privacy is outweighed by that risk.
But other council members said the public safety benefits outweigh those concerns.
But I just would caution us
just not throw the baby out with the bathwater. I do know these have been very useful in some law enforcement issues that we've had.
A lot of the things that happen when these are used, you need minutes, seconds matter. A car can leave Jeff City pretty fast, and we do not have enough staff in Jeff City to sit here and physically watch cameras or watch this.
Police Chief Eric Wildey acknowledged the concerns about privacy, saying he understands the weight on his office shoulders and that people don't trust big government. However, he added the department has used automated license plate readers in some form for more than 2 decades, and that flock cameras have helped the department solve 3 homicides.
As law enforcement, we have so many tools that we can utilize to violate your constitutional rights. This weapon, this pepper spray, tasers. How we defeat that is ongoing and rigorous training, oversight, policy, and auditing.
Around the country, more than 30 local jurisdictions have cut ties on contracts with the company.
You had a bad day. You open your phone. A few clicks later, something is on the way to your house. Is it a little treat yourself moment or a toxic habit that's starting to cost you?
It can get to the point of overindulgence or escapism.
When retail therapy turns into financial self-sabotage. Next on Smart Living.
Americans are shopping around the clock and sometimes not for the reasons they think. From stress spending to treat yourself splurges, psychologists say buying something new can deliver a quick emotional lift. But if it becomes your go-to way to cope with stress, boredom, or loneliness, Alexa Lorenzo says there's a problem.
Bad day? Tap the app. See a sale? Add to cart. Need a little pick-me-up? Buy now. For a lot of people, shopping isn't just shopping. It can feel like a reward, a distraction, even a way to take the edge off stress, boredom, or loneliness.
It can get to the point of overindulgence or escapism.
That's why experts say the big question isn't just what you're buying, it's why you're buying it.
It can turn into a way to solve short-term distress without solving the underlying problem.
Treat yourself has become its own kind of lifestyle with haul videos, flash sales, TikTok made me buy it posts.
TikTok made me buy it. You know, if it's something that's repetitive and it keeps on coming up, then we're probably just using that short-term, solution.
So how do you know when treat yourself has turned into a problem? Watch for patterns. Are you shopping every time you're upset? Do you feel a jolt of relief when you buy something and regret when the charge hits? The first step, slow it down and ask,
why am I doing this?
That pause matters. Try a 24-hour rule before you buy. Delete stored payment info so it's not one-click easy. Unfollow the accounts that always make you want something. And if you notice you shop when you're stressed or lonely, try replacing the habit with something that actually addresses the feeling, like calling a friend, going for a walk, or just stepping away from the app. I'm Alexa Lorenzo reporting.
Here's another red flag to watch. Buy now, pay later. J.D. Power found 37% of buyers used this in the past 90 days, and LendingTree reports nearly half of these buyers say they've paid late on one of those loans in the past year. So if Treat Yourself is starting to come with installment plans, it may be time to take a harder look at what's driving the spending.
Taking a look at that 7-day forecast, we are looking at chances for thunderstorms on Wednesday and Thursday. So I have multiple ways of getting alerts because these storms are mostly overnight and we could see some strong gusty winds. And on Thursday early morning, potentially some isolated spin-up tornadoes as well. We're looking at those temperatures in the upper 80s on Friday and Saturday before things look a little cooler on Sunday and Monday in the low 80s, back in the upper 80s by Tuesday afternoon.
Today. What if competitions had no age limit? At the Nebraska Senior Games, events are open to anyone across the country 50 and older. Grace McDonald shows us how they're redefining what it means to be in your prime.
And they're off. Athletes who have been racing for decades, including an 81-year-old nun Sister Margaret Bukta books it.
I am going to do the 100 or the 1 mile power walk, and I will do great, no matter where I come in.
After all, age is just a number at the Nebraska Senior Games in Kearney.
So 1 foot will always be on the ground.
Grace, try to keep up with her. She flies when she walks.
Her brother, Bill Bukta, calls her the Flying Nun from Omaha.
Now, only I'll be wearing this habit.
She developed this habit with her family.
Family got involved in senior games. One of my older brothers, Bob, I have 6 brothers, and he got involved with it out in Maryland and said it was fun and just challenged us.
There are 614 participants this year at the Nebraska Senior Games from 21 different states. It's a qualifying year for nationals, which will be held in Tulsa, Oklahoma next summer.
People from other states are able to come to our state to participate and to qualify for the national games.
Kyann Davidson with Kearney Parks and Recreation sets up 19 Olympic-style events.
Competition never gets old, but there's truly some sport or some event here at the Nebraska Senior Games for everybody to participate in.
No matter how old you are.
I'm 80.
He is the oldest powerlifter here today.
Susan Casey came from Iowa to lift with her father, Thomas Bisbee.
My dad's a retired wrestling coach and just coach in general. And I've played sports all my life, and it's just kind of one of those things that's just part of who we are.
Yeah, at my age, if you don't use it, it's gone. You know, you can't take too much time off.
Hundreds across the state and nation are using it, going for the gold and for the health benefits.
And you have fun. What a
and the two
life
goals
is to be enjoyed. And
two goals are have fun and don't get hurt.
And in the case of this nun, she follows that fun across the finish line, first in her age bracket.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Heartland News at 5 is coming up next.